Yeah.
Didn't think about that. But...
Yeah.
Well, I only think about that because of our guest today.
Oh!
Our guest today is a world-renowned mixed martial artist. You're not doing the intros no more, huh?
Doane?
What episode is this?
78.
I no more
No.
paper anymore, huh?
70, 77, 78?
77, 78? I lost count, bro. It's been a minute, but thank you for joining us. Do what you're supposed to do. You know what it is. Like, share, subscribe. You say that? No, it's corny.
Yeah.
So we don't say it no more.
I have a new opening. Don't smash nothing, don't like nothing, don't subscribe to nothing, don't pay us, don't do nothing, just listen. Here we go. Today's guest is Russell. I'm going to pronounce his name, I hopefully right. Doane.
Doane.
Doane. Took us a minute because you write his last name Doane, but somehow it's Portuguese. Doane.
Doane.
I knew
Don't do
that.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's a beautiful intro. Let's go, Russell Doane. Thank you so much, bro, for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. I mean, it's good to be here. You know, I'm positive we're gonna have some fun and we're gonna laugh a lot. So
For sure.
You part of that reason, bro. Okay, just straight to the last video. That freaking the you know which video, bro. Yeah.
Bruh, one of the best, bruh.
yeah.
One of the best.
Yeah.
This is actually how I saw this video and I'm like, what the fuck is this guy? This is hilarious. And then I went down the rabbit hole and I fucking went all your videos. And I'm like, bruh, this guy's hilarious.
Yeah. The rabbit hole, right? That's basically all it is a rabbit hole. It's fun. I really like making videos to make people laugh, you know. If there's anything I can do is I can make people laugh. And I cannot like make everybody laugh at once physically, but at least in the internet I can make everybody laugh at once, you know.
Yeah. Bro, it's winning.
It's funny.
I laughed like 3 different times in the same day. When I first seen it, when I showed it to my coworkers, bro, it was a beast.
Yeah.
Lined up perfectly, yeah.
But I think that's the one of the most intriguing parts about you, is because throughout your MMA career and even when you did UFC and everything, there was so much, how do I say this, intrigue, and it was you were quiet. There wasn't a lot of like your personality being put out there. So when you started making funny videos, I was like, this fucker is funny, but his right hand is scary.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? Like, well, were you always like this? Like always a little bit goofy?
Well, honestly, one thing I know for sure is like at the heart of me, who I am, I'm a nerd. Like I've always been a nerd. When I was younger, I was a nerd, and then I started in high school. I started wrestling and stuff, and I'd hang out with the jocks. And after high school, I started hanging out with the nerds again, and I realized I've always been a nerd. You know, I don't try to be like tough and because I'm skinny. You know, I don't try to or cool or anything like that. But I'm funny. I got that. I got that one thing. You know, so and I remember like when you make videos and stuff like that, your friends they always try to like tease you a little bit. And one of our other friends, he actually said it perfectly. He said, people don't understand this about Russell, but he was always like this. Like me, once I had social media in general, what kind of funny, stupid things can we do? Let's go jump on this pole and be stupid, It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun, and you get like reactions from people. But my favorite is when somebody's like, man, I was having a bad morning and I watched your video and I was having a good day. I was like, I gotta do more of this, I like this. This is a good
100%.
feeling. Yeah. It's
100%.
the one thing you can like give people is laughter,
Yeah.
Really. Some people are having terrible days. That's another thing too, It's hard for people to honestly hate on videos, but they will. But for the most part, they're probably having a terrible day and they just gotta say something. Look at this guy's ears, they're big. And it's like, I've always had big ears. Like, you not saying nothing that I've never heard. I've always been Dumbo and all that stuff. Fun fact, I've always had big ears. My ears stick straight out. The cauliflower didn't do this. It's always been like this. The cauliflower, before I was just the guy with big ears, but now I got cauliflower. It's like, wow, the guy's scary and dangerous.
Yeah.
I like this way better.
Yeah.
I like this one way better.
To be fair, I thought they're that big because of your cauliflower.
Yeah, no, my ears, they just stick straight out. They don't go back like normal. But the cauliflower just gives it like definition, you know, like
Yeah.
something else to look at.
Yeah,
My
it looks like you're training since you're 4.
Yeah.
yeah, no, no. It's just when I first got cauliflower, um, they didn't know how to deal with it. And you just grab a needle and you just suck it out. But when I first got it, the doctor like sliced it open and stitched it back up. And while it's like healing, it like it still fills up with fluid, and you couldn't drain it, so it just got stuck like that.
Oh.
But now they know, like, you just drain it, it fills up a little more, you drain it again, and it'll look normal. It's too late for me though.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want to go back to having just big ears, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
I like this. I like it this way. I like the attention that I get. It's better. Better.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, cheers, big ears.
Let's go. Cheers.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. It is definitely amazing to see someone that looks scary, fights scary, but his passion is to make people laugh.
Yeah.
It's almost a contradiction because before we started the podcast, you said I love fighting. Because I asked you, what do you do for a living? And you said, well, I teach, like I train with people, I work at UFC gym and stuff like that. I love fighting. I love martial arts. You love it, but you also love, you know, you love punching people, choking people, but you also love making people laugh.
Yeah. Well, fighting, I love everything about fighting. I love absolutely everything about fighting. Like, like I like beating people up. And who doesn't like that? But I also enjoy getting beat up. Like when you get beat up, it makes you realize that you're human. Like I'm not this amazing fighter. I'm not invincible. I'm like I can be like rocked. I can be hurt. I can be submitted. It happens. Um, I love the art of it and how it's constantly progressing. Like there's no way fighting will ever like. There's always gonna be new things created. There's jujitsu. Things are being created constantly. It's never ending. And then you go down to like the physiology of it, right? How our body moves, and you punch with these two knuckles, right? These are your punching knuckles. These two typically break. It's called a boxer's break. But these just happen to line up with the forearm so well. It's so interesting how all of these things like connect. I love fighting. That's the one thing. And if there's anything I can like do with my life, it will probably be around fighting stuff. I can't fight forever, but at least I can teach it, show it, be in the lifestyle,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, so take us back to the beginning, like, because today you're a fun fighter. Where did it all begin for you? Like, where did like your itch to wanting to fight come from?
Well, I boxed. I lived in Waianae, and I boxed from like 6 to maybe 10 years old. And then eventually I went to football. And then I moved to Waipahu for high school, and then I wrestled with my cousins. And I think that's when my like competitive spirit really like blew up. And the after my senior year, there's not really anything to do, right? There's nowhere to go unless you go to college for wrestling. And one of my kids, I was coaching wrestling, he said, "You should come check out our fight gym, 808 Fight Factory," right? And I show up the next day. I'm excited. I'm stoked. I show up like an hour early. Nobody's there. And then the gym guy, Harris Sarmiento, he shows up. He rolls up the door. Yeah, yeah. And it's just me sitting there. And he's wrapping his hands. Says, "Hey, bro, you want to spar?" I go, "Yeah, okay." I wrap my hands. So he beats the snot out of me. And I was like, I love this. I was like, this is so fun. And I did it for probably maybe like 9 months before my first fight. And my family didn't know. I'm the runt in my family. I'm the good boy. I was meant to go off to college. Like I didn't get into trouble. I did all the right things. I stayed in school, all this stuff. And I'm the runt. Like I never got into any street fights. I've been in one, but I've never gotten I'm really good at like, no, I don't want to fight. No,
Yeah.
why do we gotta fight for? Right? And then on my very first fight, we was having a family party at my sister's house, and everybody was there. And I'm like packing my things so that I go to my fight. And my sister's like, "What are you doing? Where are you going?" I was like, "Oh, I have my first fight tonight. If you guys want, it's at the Doe Cannery Ballroom. If you guys want to come, you guys can come watch." And they were like, ding 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 ding, everybody get in the car. And they packed up the party
Oh.
and they showed up to the fights, and my whole family was there. And I remember like I'm actually deaf in this ear, so I'm like on top of the guy in his guard, and I like move him so I can hear my coach.
Oh
Right, I
yeah.
move so I can hear my coach, and I see Harry, I see Kai, I see Ron, and then I see my cousin Shaz. Let's go! Like pounding on the canvas. I'm like, oh. But after that, like I don't know. I never leave the gym. Like I love every like Fridays, Monday, Monday through Sunday, like holidays. What are you doing for Christmas, Russell? I think we're sparring that day. What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? I guess sparring that day. I don't know. That's all I wanted to do after that. It just never stopped, never ended.
Oh.
Yeah, something about it. I don't know. Like I said, I'm the good boy. I would be the one. My cousins would be fighting in school, and I'd be holding their bag, like, "Let's go, guys, go get them." And one day, I just walked into a gym. Good
That's
times.
crazy, almost addicting. Yeah, that feel, that
It
adrenaline,
it
that excitement.
it is. There's no drug. I haven't tried very many drugs. I've tried like two, or like three, right? But there's nothing that can give you that kind of like high, like if you like when you connect your right hand and the person's eyes roll back and they fall on the floor and you go like your brain is it's like, but you just cannot replicate that feeling. It gets so crazy, like like there's even like an adrenaline dump where you're like
Yeah.
you have no energy, like you have a headache and you're like screwed. But it's so worth it. It's so worth that one moment.
Oh, that's mean. I didn't
Yeah,
know you went to Waianae.
yeah, raising wine for the most part.
I didn't know that. For some odd reason, I thought you was from Kaneohe.
Well,
I think maybe so. You're close with Dad though. Was it
yeah,
Dad?
yeah, that them are wow,
That's
good
probably
people.
why. Yeah, because Dad. I think I learned a lot from you from Dad when we
Yeah.
were watching your fights, and he would always have great commentary. Shout out to Thaddeus, Above the Bridge podcast.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, great guys, bro. They're so fun. They're one of our first like local sponsors.
AGN.
AGN
Yeah.
was one of our first local sponsors. They would, I mean, really, it was just going out and partying.
Yeah.
But they like supported us throughout everything. And still great friends to this day. Good
But
guys.
but how great friends? You went to the wedding.
I didn't.
Oh, I never go
I'm.
either.
I'm not. I'm not usually invited by to those things.
Yeah, me either. It was okay.
Yeah.
It's because we're from Waianae.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we was from Kaneohe, it would be different. Huh?
I didn't want to make that drive anyway.
Yeah.
It's a long drive, man.
Oh, that's mean, bro.
Yeah, no, even when I was fighting in the UFC, they would say fighting out of Honolulu, Hawaii. And I would be always telling Charles, my coach, like, wow, why don't you just say, I say Waianae? Tell him say Waianae. Even Lewis Smoker got Waianae, Hawaii before I got Waianae, Hawaii.
Did he at Waianae?
He got Waianae, Hawaii before I got Waianae, Hawaii. And that's when I was upset. Like,
He's
he's
Kapoleo.
Kapoleo. Like, how
Like,
dare they? I was like, wow, this is not even funny.
oh.
But yeah, no, not a lot of people know I'm from Waianae, but I moved back and forth. Growing up, my parents did drugs, so there was times where we couldn't pay rent. I would go live with my grandma in Waipahu. So there was the times where I lived in Waianae, I lived in Waipahu. But I lived in Waipahu, like I said, like my parents were doing drugs. Their sisters and brothers were doing drugs. So at some points, my grandma she housed all of her kids and all of their kids. So there's like
Oh.
17 of us kids
Wow.
in one house, like little like logs laying next to each other in the. So I don't have any brothers. I only have older sisters, but I literally grew up with a bunch of boys. Like my cousins are my brothers because we spent every day together, doing any kind of stuff. It was pretty wild. It was like a. When you look back and you think about your life, like I see why I am the way I am. Like I'm just a big mix of all these crazy people, you know,
Mhm.
all of their voices in one little person. Good times.
Oh, maybe think
That's
about that.
crazy.
17 kids.
Yeah.
17 kids. So the parents never watched us. Who's gonna steal 17 kids? So we were just like just all of us walking all over Waipahu, just in a crew, just all over the place. Nobody cared because, you know, nobody's gonna steal 17 kids. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
What drugs were they doing, if I may ask?
Probably like I mean, gotta be like ice and
Ice?
crack and
Yeah,
stuff like
Yeah.
that.
yeah,
I mean,
The
it
ones that make you lose your
mm,
responsibilities, right? You
yeah.
forget
but
all.
it's crazy because I didn't even growing up I didn't even realize that my parents were doing that. Like they're like, you know, some people they go and they like their whole life goes like my parents were very functional. You just slowly realize like I don't think my mom went to sleep. Like, I think she was up all night sewing that blanket. Like you know, like how does she do that, right? You don't think about it then, but then you grow up and you like realize these things. But I you know that was like the epidemic at the time in
Yeah,
Hawaii, right? That's when
Yeah.
all that stuff was like coming out. But if anything, it like taught us kids what we didn't want for our future.
Yeah.
Like some of our aunties and uncles, like they went like they're homeless, living at the Waianae Boat Harbor and whatnot, and made us realize like the things we did or where we didn't want to go, you know. And even like our kids now, like we can use that to guide them. Like, you don't want to end up like your auntie. You don't like end up
Yeah.
over there, do you? Like bring them down there, you know.
Mhm.
I mean, you know, like my mom always goes down there to like feed her sister, help her sister, because her my auntie's like homeless. So
Mhm.
my mom's always down there, and she takes the kids. Like, is this the life you want?
Mhm.
Then stay on the right street. You know,
Oh man,
wild.
that is wild, right? Oh.
that's a tough one. That put though things in perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's good guidance, to be fair.
yeah. I mean, drugs or something. I mean, it's and it can like take over your life too. You know, I'm just lucky that my parents were like I said, they were like they could like still feed us and
Mhm.
clothe us and make sure. And I mean, some people had it worse, right?
Yeah.
Always,
Yeah.
always. But you had it bad enough, man, to grow up. I mean, it's good because you had a big support system and a family,
Mhm.
but I'm sure that you definitely have things, trauma that is till to this day you carry with you. Like you said, this is who you are, you know? This
Yeah.
is, you know who you, because all of those things that happened to you and the people you had to see and watch and also realizing what you not want to do.
Yeah. You know, I mean, life shapes you, and you're right. Like there is like trauma to it, but honestly, as a man, what you can like accept that this is what it is, and like you know, you can like start making the right moves. You know, like this
Yeah,
is not where I want to be. This is how I want to like live my life.
yeah.
And honestly, it's a good thing for like things like fighting and stuff like that. That really kept me on the straight path too, because who knows where I could have been up. Like some of my cousins went like my sister went the route of drugs. Some of my cousins, you know, same idea.
So for
But
your sister, it wasn't like you said, for you, it was like, I know where not to go. For your sister, it wasn't like that.
well, I think honestly, I think what had happened was my sister was just like, you know, like one day with like her boyfriend or something, right? And they
Yeah.
said, ah, sure, let's give it a shot.
Mhm.
And they just kept going. That's what drugs do, you know. It just takes over.
Yeah. And then it's not the taking over of like it grabs your brain, but your desires
Yeah,
change because you're chasing something that felt so good.
yeah.
You know, like for instance, I'm assuming as a fighter, right? The cracking somebody, that
Love it.
win. It's like you love that win, that
Love
that
it.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah. So
auxiliary.
you chase that because yeah, you want that
It's the
feeling.
high you
Because you
want.
want
Yeah,
the
that's the
same
high
high.
that you're chasing. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And
That's a good analogy.
And then you just start. What ends up happening, and I'm only speaking on it because I used to do drugs a little bit. You know, I used to party quite often. And what ends up happening is at least for me, the priorities just change,
yeah.
right? The people you party with become your family because you guys share the same interests, the
Hmm.
same
Yeah.
goals, right? Your goals are, I'm fucking gotta get a fat bag for this weekend, like everything just changes and you're just focused on getting to that point. Um, which is why it's important you look at the people around you, and the people around you are who you aspire to become.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I've never done coke. Like I never really like I don't know. I guess I really felt the need to. Like I'm like a natural high type of person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But there's two people that told me that helped me like Charles, my old coach. One of them said, "But I'll make you a deal. If you ever try coke, I get to false crack you." He said, "Don't ever try coke. If you ever try coke, I get to false crack you." I was like, "Hey, yeah, sure, no problem. Like I don't have, like, I'm good." And Mike B.
Yes.
Mike B. One night we were out at the M it was at the time, right?
Yeah.
And he literally came out of the kitchen. And you know what they do in the kitchen? Because you shouldn't be in the kitchen. He literally came out of the kitchen and he's like talking stories with someone. And he's like over here, he's talking to him and he's like doing his hand gestures and he looks at me and he goes, "And if you ever do coke, I'm gonna smack you." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So like, okay, even more reason to not do that. Like we're good.
Why does everybody want to hit me when I want to do drugs?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Like, I'm just sitting there like with my drink, like, okay,
I know,
you
right?
got it. Won't do no drugs.
And just so happen they're all great strikers too. Yeah, it's not like just random people like, brother, I'm gonna slap you. You have
Yeah,
two great
yeah,
strikers.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
And
gonna
they're
hit you.
like people who you like respect at the same time, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's not like I have a rebuttal. Like, yeah, go. Let me see.
Yeah. But that's good. I feel like things like that are very important. Like that's one thing I feel like in this generation, and I always reference it, I feel like we're lacking OGs.
Yeah,
Like who will,
smacky.
who will smack you or give you advice, even if it's
Assertive guidance.
yeah,
Assertive guidance.
but and that's caring, like again, that's something. Even though it feels like a cliche thing to say, especially if you're doing it right,
Uh-huh.
like don't ever do coke, even though you all blow it out. But the memory stuck with you forever,
Uh-uh.
right? Like, and there's lack of like OGs in the game of anything, which is why I think our younger generations are running rampant. There's so much bad decisions they're making
Hmm.
because nobody's there giving them any guidance or giving them any like tough love, even. And tough love doesn't come from like slapping you or anything. Like it's just words, but
Yeah,
the words that care, right? That's I know it sounded like violent, like do this and I'll slap you, but it's a love language, bro.
yeah.
You know?
I mean, a lot of it is like like honestly, like parents are working full-time jobs and they cannot even really watch their kids the way they used to before. So like if they cannot watch their kid and the kids are just at home doing nothing, then sometimes they just go do stupid things.
Yeah.
And that's like um
Oh, I, back in the day when you used to do drugs, you call it drugs. It
yeah,
was like, oh, you guys doing drugs. Now it's like, oh, you guys doing just Molly.
yeah,
And Molly sounds cool. It's just Molly. It's not drugs. It's
yeah,
just Molly.
yes,
Or it's just, hey, let's do a bump. A
yeah,
bump
Yeah.
sounds cool. It's just a bump.
yeah.
Yeah.
It makes it sound
Before we
more
used to say,
fun.
do you want to do cocaine? Like, oh, cocaine. No, I don't want to do cocaine. But a bump sounds like, it's just a bump.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So I feel like even the way we call it, the way we talk about it, is completely shifted into become something like, whatever.
I never thought of it that way. Yeah,
Yeah.
so much easier. You want to take a bump? You know what? Yeah, I could go for a bump.
Yeah, right? It sounds like, whatever.
I remember one time I was out in like Huntington Beach. And we seen some North Shore boys over there in the club over there. You just happen to like find the Hawaii people, right? And we were like in a circle, and there's probably like 5, 6 of us, and we're like in a circle. And one of the guys, he had like a fat Nixon watch, right? He just pulls out this little thing, and he goes like that, and he goes. I was like, bro, you didn't even like turn around or anything. You were trying to hide it. What the hell? He was like, what? I was like, Huntington Beach. I was like, oh, okay, okay. Like,
I guess
is that?
it's supposed to be okay.
Yeah, is that how it is here? Damn. Like,
It's a lot more prevalent nowadays too, more widely accepted, which is kind of oh man, but it is what it is.
yeah.
That's cool though. That's cool that they put you on game before
Yeah.
you go down a wrong path.
Well,
Huh?
people, you can like go down the wrong path real quick, right? Just doing
Mhm.
stuff like that. You really can. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's like so many would have been, you
Wow,
know,
they're legends. Yeah.
because Hawaii has so much great fighters.
Yes.
And the only difference between say me and like there's like who was like Kili Palencia was another like very promising fighter. Like me and these guys, the only difference is that they chose like the family life, and
Mm-hmm.
they went like the job route where I said, I'm gonna stick this out and I'm gonna go as far as I can. That's the only difference, really. Like Hawaii is such talented people, and just like a Khalid Palencia who would maybe choose his family and the job life, there's somebody who might just go party it off instead.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like fighting, but I really like partying.
Yeah. How did So what was your experience like getting into the big game?
It was so fun. I honestly, if there's any like, if I wish I like really like, like you're walking out for a fight and everybody's screaming and you're just like zoned in, like walking to the cage. I wish I like stopped and like took a spin, like wow, like I was always just like in there, like I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna get into a fight. But man, it was such a great experience. I got to go places I never been to, do things I never would have been to. I never would have been to like England, Ireland, Australia if I maybe chose the family life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I remember I was working construction. I was a carpenter at the time, and I was doing my job site as a lead on a job site. And we're working on this house, and I have my own crew. And my manager calls me. It's like lunch ish, and he calls me. It's like, "Hey, we made it. We're in the UFC." I was just like, I'm like, and I sit down, and I'm like, okay, taking it all in and whatever. And then I go up to my lead helper, and I say, hey, bro, pack up the stuff. Put it all in this one room. We're done for the day. We'll call it early. It's okay. So he tells the other guys, and he's like, "We're done. I put it away. Okay, we clean up the whole job site, put everything in this room, and like all these tools like stacked in a corner. Hey, bro, this is yours. I'm done. I quit. Fuck this." And he's like, "You for real?" I was like, "Yeah, I am never coming back." I'm like, "Bro, I am never coming back. You can have all of this." He was like, "For real?" I was like, "All right, I'm gone. Let's go. All right, boys." And then that was it.
You never even told them the news.
No, I mean I did
Oh, okay.
eventually. I told them the news, but never going back to construction.
Have you been back since?
I did. And you know what? I did because the money is like construction life
Yeah.
is that money is so good. But
Mm-hmm.
I lasted like a month and I
Yeah.
was like, this sucks. Like it didn't change. It's the same thing as it was.
Yeah.
And it's just not like my cousin, amazed that he loves it. He loves being a carpenter. He
Mm-hmm.
talks about it every chance he has. But I built this, I did that, but I made all this money. And it's like I cannot. Like I find no excitement in what you're doing. Nothing about what you just told me is exciting at all.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I built this and I did that. I'm happy for you. But he loves that life. Not for me. Not at all.
Yeah. You know what you like, as people. Like
Yeah.
right, and I'm glad you found it.
Y-
I just started like a year ago, and I'm not even doing much. I'm really just laboring.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm finding a love for it, bro. But I don't know if it's what I love yet about it. I think I love because most of my life I never got to use my hands in any form other than technology. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Like everything was always a studio board or some kind of editing and whatnot. So I think I'm just
I mean, honestly, you probably find a lot of similarities in like the movements and the motions.
yeah.
You know, um, like when I think about fighting,
Hmm.
and I'm teaching somebody how to punch, how to kick, and whatnot. Like I usually ask them, what do they do for work? What do you do for work? And it helps tell me the problems that I'm gonna face while I'm trying to teach them to punch. For instance, anybody who works with computers, anybody has to do with numbers, most of the time their job is very like everything has to be in place because if this number is wrong, everything's screwed up. So those are the people who are always like, you tell them like, you say like 1, 2, 3, and they'll go. 1, 2, 3. You know, they're just like
Yeah.
automatically, like they're already calculating everything in their head, and then like everything has like its similarities. I will take any job, and like connect it to fighting. Somehow I'm gonna connect it to fighting, just because it's the rabbit hole that I go down all the time. Like this is what I do. I smoke a little bit of weed, have me a coffee, and I go down these rabbit holes where I'll and I'll just think about fighting stuff. You ever seen that show Fight Science?
Mm-hmm.
There's a show
Mm-hmm.
called Fight Science. I love that show because I can reference so many things to that show. That show, like they would hook up fighters to like
Mm-hmm.
these things. They'd have them throw a punch, and they like Canelo, and they figured out which is the strongest uppercut. Where's the strongest point of your punch when you throw it? There's things like they hooked up these brick breakers to these the same things. Um and not brick breakers, hiya, but
Yeah.
the ones where they put like 30, and they're like big gigantic men, and they yell and they scream, they go, "Ah!" But it turns out that when they do that yell, that scream, they're like their strength like flies through the roof.
Oh.
And it's because when they scream, their core like tightens up, and it helps with all that punching stuff. So it's kind of the same thing if you think about a fighter who's going.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you go, it tightens your core, it keeps your shoulders with your hips. Rabbit holes.
Bro.
But I do it all the time. And I'm just like, oh, and then somebody will jump in, and they'll chime in, and then I'll take them into the rabbit hole with me
Yeah.
all the time.
So where does this, like, you said you're a nerd. What kind of nerd are you? Like,
Oh,
were you into like
you know, growing up when I was in Waianae, like I definitely wasn't a cool kid. I was really good at math. I had really good grades all the way until I went to Waipahu. I had really good grades. Like
Good
my
for Waianae or good? Nah, nah.
honestly, it was no. If you think about it, it's probably just good for Waianae. It was probably good for Waianae. But that was like where my world was. But I did get good grades, and I actually loved school. I liked being in school. I love video games, cartoons, anime, like all
Hmm.
those things. Like I don't know how nerdy, but I do know that when I was hanging out with the nerds after high school, I was like, this is where I should have been hanging out the whole time. Like these nerds are so fun.
Yeah.
The nerds are fun, and nobody's getting beat up. Like,
So when you're thinking about fighting, like who would be like your top fighting anime character or video game characters? Like, who's ones do you feel like you can associate with?
oh man, like who? So like my kids, the boys, they watch anime, right?
Mm-hmm.
They'll watch anime right now. Honestly, they're watching South Park, and
Oh,
it's
Ooh,
so fun. But it's
the
so fun
best.
because they're starting from the beginning, so I get to like
oh,
live through it again. Like, no Loch Ness monster, I give you no tree fitting. I'm like screaming it at the top of my lungs in the house. But before that, they're watching like all the animes, and my girlfriend, she doesn't get it. But the thing about animes, and I tried to explain to her, she still doesn't care. But is like the main character is probably somebody is almost always somebody who like has a dream,
mm-hmm.
and they're like at the bottom of the list of this dream, and there's nobody's gonna tell them otherwise. Like, I'm gonna be the Naruto, I'm gonna be the Hokage, and they're like, there's no way. He's like, screw you, I'm gonna. That's like the things, the values you kind of want in your kids. Like, doesn't matter what anybody tells you. If this is what you want to do, this is something you should do. Or you got like a Goku who wants to save everybody, like this virtuous person. Personally, I was always a Vegeta.
Oh, that's my favorite.
I'm a Vegeta in the sense that I don't want to save everybody. Like, I'll save what's important to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I cannot possibly save everybody. But what's important to me, I'll save. You know.
Yeah.
But or like like it depends what anime you're talking about. They have really good values.
Yeah.
Is what I like about it. Typically it's that same scenario where they just have a dream and nothing's gonna stop them. That's kind of what you want for your boys, at least, right? Girls, boys, whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
How many kids you have?
I have my son. I have my son, he's 8 years old. He's gonna be 9 soon. And then I also take care of my sister's kids, two boys and a girl. One is the same age as my son. He's 9 years old now, and then the other two, just one. The girl started seventh grade, and the other boy just started in ninth grade,
Nice,
high school.
nice.
Yeah, yeah. I help take care of my sister's kids. Um, I've been helping for like the past 4 or 5 years, but me and my eldest sister, we split time with the kids. She has them like half the time, and I have them half the time. Um, but it's I have three older sisters. From the top, Alterice, Mageline, Emerlace. Three names you'll never hear.
Here
Or
ever.
remember right now, because I'm like, wait, what?
Russell. Russell.
You got like
Right?
some four names out of your whole
They
family.
they just got these names, and then Russell, and I'm just like, what the hell? But the sister Emerlace, the one that was one above me, she was on drugs and she was homeless at the time. She's actually passed away 2 years ago.
Mm.
So like even more so, like her kids are like under the care of me and my oldest sister. Um, it's if I could be super honest, my sister, she was on drugs, she was homeless. But personally, I could honestly tell you that I don't believe my sister was happy. So even though she passed, I feel like she's in a better place than where she was. And that's life. It's terrible, it's sad, but that's just when she did pass, like it's not like I could be like, I never saw it coming kind of thing. It's like she was on that path, and we were already taking care of the kids, so it was more or less about how we can help them, with the situation, and they're fine, they're good. The boys were they were just boys. They kind of cared, but they got on with their life. But the girl, she understood, what was going on.
Mm.
Uh, but they're good now. They're the kids. They're living. I don't want to say they're living their best life, but they do have a lot of fun. The funny thing is when the other kids, when they're with my oldest sister, strict, super strict, like very. And when they're with me, like I'm like the fun one, like, oh, play some games. We got a PlayStation for you. Play some games. Yeah, go for it. Read some books, whatever. So I'm like their outlet. They do jujitsu with me. They do like boxing stuff with me. Um, at the UFC gym where I work, they get to take classes. So it's good for them. They're living like a normal life at least.
Mhm.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, and it's good for my son. My son always has somebody to play with. He typically doesn't like sleeping in the dark by himself, so he has somebody to sleep with all the time. He has kids to hang out with, stuff like that. And these are just like me and my cousins I grew up with. These are gonna be the kids that are with him for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Hanging out, telling him what not to do, what to do, stuff like that.
I was about to ask you, are you still close with those cousins you grew up with?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The seven.
If there's anything I love, like I love my family, but we always tell each other. There's not a time where I'll talk to one of my family members on the phone or in person where we won't tell each other I love you. I love you. And that's there's nothing like knowing that you're loved by these people, and that honestly, if anything ever happened to me, in a sense that I lost everything, I have nothing, I lost all my money, all my things, I guarantee you, any one of my cousins would say, "Come stay with me." No questions. Come stay with me. Room for you, whatever you want, whatever you need. Take your time, get yourself back on your feet. And it's like comforting to know these things. You have some kind of support system somewhere out there.
That's mean.
It's
So,
beautiful.
so what are you, Filipino?
Filipino.
Cool.
No, I'm like super mixed plate, but I'm probably mostly Filipino, if anything. I'm just all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all kind of stuff. But I'm probably mostly Filipino. Ilocano Visayan. That's
Oh, both of them.
yeah. Hot blood.
Oh,
Apparently,
yeah.
apparently, I don't know. But I guess that's what happens when I fight, when I do fight. the Ilocano Visayan comes out.
Yeah. all, of, all of your ancestors' wars coming in through you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because like I'm not a mean person. I'm not an aggressive person. I'm not. When I'm in there, like Max Holloway has that thing. You take it, have your ticket to Crazy Land.
Mm-hmm.
With me, I feel like that's like my like an alter ego, right? My family name is Bully. My family name is Bully, but they bullied me my whole life, like these guys. But I feel like what I say is like those are the times when Bully gets to play. Like he gets to come out and
Mm.
he gets to like have his fun when I'm training, when I'm doing jujitsu, when I'm sparring, or like when I'm fighting. And like even now, like even when I work out, it's funny because like when I'm doing these classes and I'm working out, like I have this huge smile on my face. Everybody's like, "Why is this guy smiling?" I'm like, "Oh man, I'm having a blast." I'm like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm having fun, man. He's crazy. I am crazy.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Yeah, yeah,
In a good
the
way.
good kind of crazy.
That's the thing. Like, I would never expect your personality to be like this from watching your fights. Because I probably spent more time watching your fights than getting to know you. I think I saw you like once or twice in like the clubs or
Yeah, yeah.
whatever. And then in there, like you were one of those fighters to me that like when you got cracked, you got more mad and you got more excited. Like yeah, it's just like, oh, turn up. He's turning up. Like
Yeah, yeah.
like,
I honestly, I think that was my biggest weakness as a fighter. Honestly, it's like you get like nailed, like and in my head that was like his hardest shot, and it like I'm not like rocked, I'm not phasing him.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
my turn. He just started walking forward, swinging. Even my last fight I had was at the outside of the Aloha Stadium in the parking lot, the Destiny. And the one thing I said the entire fight camp was, I do not want to lose control. I want to be able to control. I want to be in there. And I dropped him, and he stands up, and he just starts swinging on me like crazy, like just weird and crazy. And one of them hit me, and I thought, what the fuck is And I just started swinging back. Crazy. But that's the thing, it's that it gets a little crazy, but good fun. Like I said, like that's another side of me that I don't know has that competitive drive all the time, every time. And as long as he's happy, I can be like this. I can be like this all the time, be like happy guy. But I think if he doesn't get his exercise, I'd probably more grumpy.
Mm.
I'm not sure how it goes. Yeah, like people always say like when they go to the gym, that's when they can like release their stress. This is like my stress relief. To me, when I'm there in the gym, nothing else matters. You cannot think about you're fighting with your girlfriend when this guy's trying to punch you in the face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you cannot think about the things that got to be done at work when this guy's trying to choke your neck, but you're like in there for survival. So for that hour, 2 hours, like nothing else matters. That's freedom right
Yeah,
there.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
The only place where I can have true freedom is on the
Yeah.
mat.
Yeah. You don't
Because
gotta
I
think
don't
about
think
nothing.
about anything but not getting choked or
Mhm.
not getting
Mhm.
armbarred or whatnot. You don't think about anything.
Yeah. And it's also like-minded people who are there. And it's like even if honestly you're having a bad day, everybody's talking about jujitsu anyway, and you kind of get sucked into the conversation. It just keeps your mind off of everything. It's like anything, like a fight gym is like a frat house. It's the same idea. All these guys who are like in this all this testosterone in one place, and we're all like hazing each other and beating each
Yeah.
other up and talking crap, and then we go party. Like there's so many like we always talk about like I used to go to work. After work, I'd go home, get my stuff together, go to the gym, would train, would spar, go home, would go out, would party, I would go from the club to my job,
Oh yeah.
go back the next day, and then go right back to the gym. Oh man, so much fun. But we're older now.
Yeah.
We cannot do that
How long
anymore.
ago was your last MMA fight?
It was like 2 years ago. 2 or 3 years ago. 2 years ago. It's just because the MMA scene in Hawaii is like there's no other way to say it, but the MMA scene in Hawaii is like suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not what it was because you know you guys had Ryan on and he said all the things about, but they're just things people don't see, and I myself don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, but I do know that the scene is not what it was, and it makes it hard for the people who want to fight, like
Yeah.
the kids out here who are trying to like who want to be the next Max Holloway and get to the UFC because they're everywhere. You know,
Yeah.
these kids are everywhere, and right now they don't really have a place to. I don't want to say showcase, but like honestly practice, like get in there and get the experience they need, the competitive experience they need, you know, so that when they go out to the mainland and they challenge these guys, that they're prepared for these things.
You know, I would have expected that after Max and Ray Cooper
Mm-hmm.
and Yancy
Mm-hmm.
and you
Mm-hmm.
and Bilex and all of those guys, the state would understand, bro, we have something good going for us.
Great.
We might not be the best in basketball. We might not be the best in fucking, I don't know, other sports, but we're really, really good at MMA. We're really good at fighting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we should see how we can help those kids, and not even the kids, that industry
Yeah.
to grow. How can we help? But it's so weird. Our state is sometimes the common sense is not common. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? They don't do things that just make sense.
Mm-hmm.
For example, like we talked about the film industry, right?
Mhm.
They don't do the tax cuts that they need to do. So now, if you want to film in New Zealand, 3 months in New Zealand costs you like 3 weeks in Hawaii.
Mhm.
Why not do the tax cuts? Why not bring those industries? Why not do that?
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
There's nobody to check them. You know what I mean? All the people that get in the way that want their envelopes, you know, who don't deserve an envelope. You just have everybody who wants a piece of it, right? And nobody's over there to regulate who really needs a freaking envelope and why, you know? Meaning paying somebody off.
Yeah, for sure. But
And that's I think that's pretty much the gist of it. Like how do we lose the Pro Bowl?
oh, you're right.
We lose the Pro Bowl. How
That
do
was
we
huge.
turn down the UFC?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these are this because there's things in the way of everybody wanting their fucking envelope,
Yep.
and it's disappointing because it hurts your regular people who are trying to make it out of here.
Yeah.
You know, one of our biggest exports, and this is pretty much fact at this point, is athletes in general. I mean, like mixed martial arts is a huge one, but you're looking at like football, volleyball,
Baseball.
softball, baseball. Like our athlete, we are one of the healthiest states in America,
Word.
if not the.
Facts.
So why do we not have all the spaces to support our athletes? You know, MMA being a very big one. That's something that sucks because right now there is no culture of mixed martial arts. There's no like not many events that these kids can look forward to being like, oh, I'm gonna fight so and so, you know, like and get first of all get the content because that's what's selling to big companies now. They want to see your content and your fans. And secondly, like Russell said, the experience of
Yeah.
you know being in front of an audience that you get all those nerves in you and that fucking. So by the time you get to somewhere important, like on a whether it's looking for a fighter or another level league somewhere else, your comfort zone is high already.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's terrible. It's very unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, it could. I mean, it could definitely get better, but it's like one of those things, like you said, like everybody wants their piece of the pie, and that's where like the real guys who want the good things, and then like those fake people who just kind of want what comes with it,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they end up standing in the way. Like, why not? Like, why wouldn't you want to? There has to be reasons why they would even like not want this thing to happen, right? You know, when we were all fighting in the UFC and like Hawaii was like really like on the map for like fighters, and the first time they were trying to bring the UFC here and then they didn't. It was so confusing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? What do
You
you mean?
literally they just yeah we
You know why? They wanted too much money.
Yeah, things like
The
that.
state wanted too much money kickback from them coming over here.
Yep.
And then Dana White said, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!
Wait, why do we have to pay you to put an event in your
Yeah,
state?
yeah.
We
We're
bring
gonna
the
bring
pieces."
income, like
Yeah, yeah.
right? And then on top of that, the back end would have been the culture. Because if
Yeah.
UFC came here at the time,
Mhm.
then a lot of these gyms would be like, come on over.
Yes.
The smaller promotions would flourish. It'd be like, fuck, let's give you
Yes.
some highlights.
Yes.
That way Uncle Dana can see
Yeah,
it.
the ripple effect would have been
Yeah.
so great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why also a lot gravitate towards jiu-jitsu, like yourself, because jiu-jitsu we do get some good promotions coming in. You
Yep.
know, just like Fight to Win, Submission Battleground.
Mhm.
I mean, Submission Battleground is local, but Fight to Win came in,
Yep.
and you know, people suddenly see they're on the big screen, they're on Flow TV, they're on,
Mhm.
you know, like they get exposure.
Yep.
Yeah, but if you do MMA, right, you're almost screwed.
Yeah.
There's no elevation for your sport, for your passion.
Yep. Yep. And you know, like even before when I first started, like there were fights like every month. Every
Yeah.
month there was a fight going on. Like you know, you always had a chance to compete. You always had those chances. And now it's like here and there. And they only have the X1 that's like amateurs only, right? So if you're a
Mhm.
pro fighter, you gotta fight out of state. If you gotta fight out of state, chances are you're getting paid pennies.
Mhm.
Chances are you're gonna pay for your flight, pay for your room. You know, if you're bringing coaches or anything like that, you're paying for them. So really, you're paying to fight this person,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Crazy.
It's crazy, you know. And because like everybody wants their share, so there's gonna be all these extra shows popping up, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, we can't pay you this, but we'll pay you $50." What? $50?
Yeah.
Hell no. That's crazy talk.
You're gonna end up bringing it back to like Kimbo Slice days. You know what I mean? Where you could just have unregulated footage,
Uh-huh.
right? And you
Uh-huh.
gain so much popularity
Yeah.
because you're dope at the backyard fights, and then a big company would want to sign you.
I seen this one. It was like some kind of weird, crazy backyard fight thing. And these two guys, they just have all these cameras. These two guys, they just come out of nowhere and they have the shirts. They know what they're fighting. But like one, they were like fighting in a fountain. They were like fighting in a fountain, and like one guy is like on top in mount, and I'm over like drown him. I'm screaming, drown him. And it's like I don't think that's in the rules, but it was crazy. Like they met up like on a beach, and they just have these camera guys, and two guys are fucking scrapping it out. Yeah, but that's kind of what you're gonna have to do, you know, at this point.
Well, that's where it's at, right? Like,
Yeah.
because even like a lot of the UFC fighters now, like that are, a lot of them don't really unless you're a fan, they're not really grabbing your general population art
Mhm.
fan, you know, unless they're a standout,
Mhm.
you know. Otherwise, you got to be a fan or a couch coach.
Yeah.
You know?
Couch coach. Oh,
And there's a lot. You seen the Russians? The Russians are doing a lot
the
of crazy.
Russians are
fights.
nuts.
They're
They
crazy.
do the 5-on-5.
They've always been crazy.
Ah, they do
Yeah.
2-on-1, like two lightweights against one heavyweight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruh, this is nuts. Nuts.
Yeah, and they're putting it's funny because they like there was those two influencer guys, they're like twins or something, and they fought that guy Eddie Hall.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Eddie Hall is the world's strongest man,
Yeah.
dude. And these guys probably had a little bit of like not like real training, but like, hey, we're gonna have a fight in 6 months. Let's start training ourselves. And it just reminds you that like even if I can fight, sure I can fight, but if there's like a big guy like that, me and my friends couldn't take him out. You know,
Yeah.
he like power bomb one of them and then punched the other one mid power bomb. It was pretty wild.
Eddie Hall won.
He won.
Oh, okay, good.
He fought these two twins, and then he like slammed one, and then in the middle of slamming the guy, he punches the other one, and then knocks that guy out, and the fight's over. Holy crap!
I love to see the weigh-ins. You know, at the with the Russian when they do the fucking when
Mhm.
they go face to face.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
Always, there's a fight.
yeah. No, they like. I'm pretty sure they tell you like, no, if you want to hit him, just hit him.
Yeah.
Just hit him. We'll worry about it later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tyson Nam, who fought in Japan. You know, he was telling us the stories about when he went out there, and he was actually on like a. It's basically like Japan's version of what we were talking about, like a Kimbo Slice thing. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a YouTube thing, right? And he goes over there, and they have to do their press conference, and they're telling him, "Hey, if you want to hit him, hit him." You know, like there's like 4 Americans against 4 Japanese, and Tyson's one of them. And they're like, the promoters like, if you want to hit him in the face off, no, just hit him. Just don't worry about it. And they're all like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And Tyson like grabs him and squeezes him and like throws him around a little bit. And like he gets some kind of action, and none of the other guys did anything. They just did like nice face offs. But they tell you, that's what he was saying. Like they tell you, but hit him if you want to hit him.
Whatever happened to this guy Maki? Coconut bombs.
Maki's in
Pitolo.
Vegas right now.
Yeah, Maki
Yeah,
Pitolo.
he's
He was so promising when I started to watch him back in the day.
yeah.
I'm talking about 8 years ago.
Yeah.
He
I think he does more coaching now. And I think the head coach for Extreme Couture, Eric Nixick, he actually like was talking about Maki one time, and how like Maki's playing such a big role in the success of the gym over there.
No
Mhm.
way.
Yeah. I think I'm pretty sure like that he had like a he like just made like a whole video about Maki and how he's so supportive and all the things out there.
Mhm.
Maki was a beast.
Yeah, yeah. And the good thing is that after like me, even after I'm done fighting, I can still teach fighting. I can still stay in the sport.
Yeah.
Like Maki, lucky for us, like him, he can stay in the sport and still train people.
Yeah.
Stay with it. Like we don't have to go out get regular jobs. Just leave fighting behind and
Back
go
to
get a normal.
construction, huh?
No way. I will sell feet pics before, and I got ugly feet, yo. But I'll try that first before I go back there. I tried it twice, Ra, and it didn't work out. I gave it a shot.
You showed one toe?
You know what's funny is like one time I put a post up. I don't know what I was doing, but some random dude said, "You got nice feet." And I messaged him back. I was like, "Enough for some new shoes. Enough for some new shoes." I didn't get shoes though.
Ah.
If I did, then it'd be more fun story. But I tried. Is the point.
Well, if the thing with the toe no work, you can always try the bow toe,
Yeah. That's worse. Because okay, this is me admitting on camera that I have a normal dick. It's normal, and I know this because like you ever like go on your girlfriend's phone and you wish you didn't go on your girlfriend's phone. Yeah,
No.
bruh, I've seen what a big dick looks like, and I have a normal dick. I used to be like everybody else, walking around big dick, Russ, super dick, what? For real. Now, I got a normal dick. It's very normal. It works. But I don't run around saying big dick. Russ. No.
No more.
Nah, I'm normal. I don't know what if you Google it. I don't know what it says, but whatever normal is, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not gay, but I've seen some. It's like, why?
How?
Oh yeah, what do you do with that thing? Come on, like.
I'll tell you one thing. You couldn't make the tempo right if you had a big dick.
Yeah, it would take too
It
long.
would have
Yeah,
been like
yeah.
yeah.
Hit it, run back to the fridge.
Oh, a regular dick Ross.
Yeah, but that's I gotta just be honest with myself. I remember like I remember like after you see that in your girl's phone, like I couldn't even be mad at her. I couldn't be like, what is this? I was just like, I don't know how to handle this situation. Like, what if she has to have sex with me? Like, what am I supposed to like play it off? Like, no, I'm gonna be mad. Just grab a hot dog and throw it at her. No. Shit. What do you do in that situation? I don't know, man. But life lessons.
Yeah.
How did we end up talking about dicks?
He said something about Boto.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And there's none of that for me.
Have you ever thought about doing the fucking OnlyFans?
I mean, so like the one thing, like I don't know.
Honesty comes out right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, who like, what can I do to make a little extra money? But my girlfriend would not. She would not. Like I don't want to say I can't. Like I don't post like shirtless pictures. I don't want to say I can't, but if I did, she'd be like, "Yo, yeah, what are you posting that for?" I don't want this
Yes,
trouble. We don't.
yeah.
So it just saves me trouble, you know. Unless somebody's paying me. Hey, you want to do a photo shoot? We'll pay you $20. $20 is good, babe. $20 good. It's good.
Nah.
Take
Yeah,
my
I just
shirt
saw
off.
this thing where the girls. Have you ever heard how much they make?
Some, yeah. Like
Bruh, a lot of
7
them.
figures, bro.
7 figures, bruh.
No,
Yeah.
yep. You,
And not one of them. It's not like you know how in surfing there's like the top 10 make money, all the rest not so much,
Mhm.
right? UFC top 20, 30 make money, all the rest not so much. Bruh, OnlyFans top 5,000 make money.
Yeah.
Top 5,000 make money,
Yeah.
bruh.
If only we had titties, yeah.
Bruh,
Yeah,
if I had
well,
titties,
yeah.
I would bust them.
No, exactly. If I had titties, I'd be like, yes, welcome to my OnlyFans.
Easy. Easy.
Well, what's my excuse?
Yeah, yeah.
Bruh, I bet you there's a crowd for that
There's a
too,
market,
bruh.
there's a
There's a
market.
Yeah,
market,
yeah. Man titties.
bruh.
I
It's
can-
crazy that our society is in this place where people are willing to pay to see a random woman 1,000 miles away
Uh-huh.
do her thing,
Mhm.
and it's not just one. It's thousands of people that pay a monthly fee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like an addiction, right? Same thing. Like it's like you take one hit, the thrill, right? I just saw boobs.
Yeah, yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
But she also talks to you, like she says, "This is for whatever."
Well, they can even set up bots now to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just gotta figure out how to set up a bot, is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
even.
So all you do is freaking you take pictures, put it in, tell the bot talk dirty to everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
right. Right. It wouldn't even sound like you. You know what I mean?
Funny. What if it said like the wrong things, like stick it in my ass, you know, like, and they like put it on for people like I never said that. Looks like you, sounds like you. Like, no.
Hey, but if it's giving you 7 figures, you know.
I have some bad rumors about me for 7 figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I saw I didn't actually get pegged. No thanks.
Wasn't there one time, and I don't want to bring it up if it's too harsh, but wasn't there one time that local MMA fighter that had a
There was.
there was, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was. You know, and honestly, people have their own like picks, right?
Mhm.
Everybody likes something. Everybody, you know, like what you gonna do?
I didn't believe it until I was sent the link. And
I never saw it. I never saw it, but I heard enough.
Yeah.
no, I watched it. I had to. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. So I had to.
There had to have been backstory, and I'm assuming I'm just going under the assumption the backstory was drug related. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but at the end of the day, like fuck, that's my dog.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, fuck, that's my boy though. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, he never did me wrong. He also never offered me anything, so I'm kind of disappointed. no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But you know, I was like, fuck, it's my dog.
Yeah, no.
Hey, do you, bro? You know what I mean? I'm no judge.
And what and honestly, like, what you gonna do? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like it's out there for the world to see. There's no denying it. There's no, you know, and even as his friends, like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna hate you because you do stupid things. Like, now you kind of be your friend. Oh, bro, we still cool. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
All good.
yeah, just don't let me know when you're gonna do that. 'Cause I don't even want to hear it in my head.
yeah. In fact, let's remove certain words from your vocabulary.
Yeah, yeah, just so it doesn't remind me.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
He's not allowed to say eggplant. eggplant. Certain words you cannot.
you just take it off.
Yeah,
Bruh. I was,
But he was fuck. I enjoyed him.
Yeah.
He was,
he was on hammer too.
he
oh
was.
yeah, he's great. And
Yeah.
and I like him because he had choke. What a lot of fighters generally don't show for whatever reason. Big personalities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he had a huge personality.
Yeah, and it's honestly, it's more like you know, everybody wants to be the humble guy.
Yeah.
And that's but it's the characters that like really go farther, you know.
Yeah.
Whether the people love you or they hate you, they want to see you. And I realized that the first time we went out for the UFC tryouts, the tough tryouts, we were in New Jersey, and so what it is you do like a striking round. Everybody goes, they shadow box or they punch mitts, and then whoever doesn't make it, and then the people stay, and then you do like a grappling round where you grapple with somebody, and then so I grappled this guy. So I grapple this guy and I choke him unconscious, and then I stand up, and like everyone in the room is going like this, like, and I'm like standing, like the paramedics are standing still, like just staring. I'm like, I'm the first person like trying to wake him up, like, bro, do your job. Like he's never seen somebody get choked out before. What the hell's going on? But because and then after that you get interviewed, and because I was just like, yeah, my name is Russell, I'm from Hawaii, and nothing. But you're gonna have characters on the show who are like, and they're just crazy, and that's what people want to see, and that's what he could have been too.
Yeah.
That's what anybody can be if you could just.
I actually have a video clip from one of his promos for a fight because I liked it so much. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, bro, they put this on song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how you have the intro of a song. I was like, he's just talking shit, though. We
Yeah.
feast, though. Tomorrow we feast.
Yeah.
Just all crazy. I was like, yeah.
I tried talking shit one time. I did. I tried talking shit one time, and it was at Osna. Osna was doing a video, and I was just trying to talk shit. Like, I'm gonna smash this guy. And I went out to the Philippines. I fought this Japanese guy, and instantly we got off the plane, and I'm telling you, I got sick. The air over there is nuts. The air over there, I couldn't breathe. I was like telling Harry, like, what is this? I can't breathe. What's going on? And he's like, it's just the air here. It's nuts. But I got sick like immediately. But that was the promo that I was talking crap. And I went in this cage, and like I told my coach before we went in there, I said, if I don't knock this guy out in the first round, it's gonna be a long night. I didn't knock him out in the first round, but he beat me from post to post. Like he like wrestled me, he just dragged me all over the cage, and I was sick and tired, and I just trying not to get submitted.
Damn.
Never talk shit again. Never again. Never again. I was like, nah, that's probably like bad karma or something.
But this is also something that really bothers me, that nowadays, in order to progress in MMA, you have to talk shit.
Well, I don't know about talk shit. Like you can, I think it's just how you present
You have
your
to present a
personality.
certain persona. You have to be like this kind of,
Nah.
hey, I will fuck you up. Fuck this. Why?
No, I think you just gotta present your personality more often.
Yeah.
I think even if it's good or bad, like Max is a good example, right? Max doesn't talk much shit at all, barely, But everybody loves him for being a fucking gamer,
Yeah.
and like just like hardcore anime guy, and
But Max, if you think about it, he doesn't talk smack, but he talks very intellectual, very intelligent, very, very inspiring. Bruh, the video that he was a little kid and he's talking about what is giving up.
Yeah.
I don't know what is giving up. Giving up, you're certified loser.
Yeah.
And
So funny.
he was what, 10, 11? I don't know how old he was. Young.
that was him at 19, bro.
Yeah, he was like 16, yeah?
Yeah, he's young, like 16.
14, 15, something like that.
Yeah.
16.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, this is why people like him, because he's always like a fucking warrior.
Yeah, you don't have to talk. Like, so I'm saying, you don't gotta talk shit.
Yeah.
You just gotta not be afraid of your own
Personality.
That's
That's what
Yeah.
it is. You just gotta show your
Yeah.
real personality, and because most fighters are one somewhere on that spectrum, right? Most fighters think they're crazy. Most fighters, like, we're all big egos because we fight people every day and we beat each other up, and you kind of gotta be confident in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have that confidence.
Imagine Ray Cooper.
Oh man, this is the scariest dude.
Yeah.
Scariest dude
He's so
ever.
scary. Like
But he's humble.
uh-huh.
He talks silent.
Uh-huh.
He's not like he never, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like, he's not going crazy. I think if he would have going like fucking, I'm gonna mop this guy, I'm gonna kill him, I'm gonna whatever, maybe he would have.
I like watching his like weigh-ins. Like he's always like,
Yeah. Already.
like, oh man, he's gonna swing. Like, this guy better keep his hands up.
He had a great like his fights at what was it, PFL?
PFL.
Bruh.
Yeah.
One after another.
Yeah.
Like Demolition Man.
Yeah.
One after another. Bam, bam, bam. But silent. Like a
Silent.
silent killer.
Mhm.
At some point, I think, like, if he would have like go more crazy, even though when his brother fought the kind at one championship,
The Rutolo
the
brother.
Rutolo brother, he was pushing at the weigh-ins, at the stare down, and he was going crazy, and then he got submitted. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, I see what you're saying. Maybe it's a bad.
That's like, well, that's like the double-edged sword, right? You can go out there and talk crazy, but if you lose, you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
You know. I'm sure we've all been there, in one way or another. I can get this chick. Watch this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shut down. You gotta
Yeah.
walk back to your boys. You know.
Like, nah, that's a man, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just hating after
Yeah.
that.
Ah, see your toenails. I was like, nah, no need. Fingernails and your toenails never match. I was out.
Oh, but yeah, Frick. So what's the plan going forward for Russell Doane?
So when I first started training, I was 19 years old, and I told myself I'd stop at 39 because I knew that I wanted to have a family. Like, you cannot be doing this forever, kind of thing. 39 is actually next week. So on the truth about, like, I probably won't be doing any more fighting because the chances of it popping up are very slim. But I have every intention to really dive into, like, jujitsu and compete there. I really want to try, like, the 80 cc's, the ones that's like in the mainland, because that's where the guys who go to compete and they do jujitsu for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I would love to go out there, see what it's like, and go ruin a few dreams.
Yeah.
Eat this for breakfast, baby.
Yeah.
Just give it a shot. And really, like, if anything else, if I go out there, I do good, great. If I go out there and I lose, then it tells me, like a baseline of what I'm doing. If I do really want to continue competing competitively, what kind of stuff should I do?
Mm-hmm.
But first things first, I'll get there. I'm not in a rush. Um, Honestly, this is probably the healthiest I've been. Like, my whole career, I was in so much pain. I had so many shoulder issues. Like, my spine. I remember I went to my chiropractor. First time I went to my chiropractor, he told me, he's like, I don't know how you're walking around not screaming every day. He had me stand up. He goes, uh, stand straight. I want you to stand up straight. What do you think straight is? And I'm like, okay. He had my x-ray, right? And then he goes, that's what you think straight is? Yeah. Just moving my shoulders and my head. And I promise, I felt like I was standing like this. He goes, now you're straight. I was like, how? How am I straight? He says, your spine isn't just crooked, it's twisted.
Oh.
Yeah. His spine is. Also, he told me that I have an extra bone in my spine. So it could have just as easily been a tail, but it wasn't. So I actually have an extra bone that makes my spine longer.
Oh.
Yeah. It's probably why I'm freakishly strong. Yeah, like, it's hard to tell looking at me because I'm skinny, but I have what's called retard strength. Like it's hard to understand until I'm grabbing you and you can't move. But he said that's probably the cause of it. And
Oh.
me and Louis Smoker, we got really high one time, and we, like, it was mostly him, but he was like, it makes sense now. He's like, oh, Stone, like, it makes sense. If your spine is longer, your core has to be stronger, and if your core is stronger, then all the grabbing. And of course I was high too. It's like, you're right, you're so right. So that's like our theory on why I'm so strong. I'm not like, I can't bench press for nothing, but if I grab you, there's a very good chance I could throw you. You know.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, honestly, I'm healthier than I've ever been. I've been taking this thing called bioprotein, which has really helped. It helped with my. Normally, I work out and I'm, like, beat up and I'm sore, and the next day I'm beat up and sore, and it really, like, helped elevate my, like, cardio, my recovery. So then I,
What's the
like,
name of it? What's the name of it?
it's called bioprotein tech.
Bioprotein.
It's basically
Bioprotein Tech.
it's basically HGH in a bottle.
Oh.
And then you take it in the morning, you take it at night, 90 seconds, you put it under your tongue, you wait 90 seconds, and then you swallow it and you wait 10 minutes, and it helps raise your HGH. I can't tell you the science behind it, but the guy who did the presentation is saying, like, there's, like, deer antler in it, like, all these things that helps raise your HGH levels, and if your HGH levels go up, then so will your testosterone levels. So there's that really helped me. But honestly, like I was so beat up in my 20s, and now like I can touch my toes, like I can throw a ball. I couldn't throw a football for God knows how long, but I can throw a ball with the kids
Because of the
now
shoulder you're talking
because of
about?
my shoulders. Like I was
Because
just
of an
beat up.
injury or just because of just
The amount of injuries I probably still have is like crazy, but it's not like we went to the doctor or
yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we just my shoulder's sore. Probably a tear or something, whatever. Yeah, not a big deal. But now I feel the best. Like I feel so much healthier. So this is like a really good time for me to jump into jujitsu as well, to like, because I'm still healthy. I can still move around, still be competitive, still explosive and stuff like that. So really, that's probably what I'm gonna do. Be a dad, do jujitsu. You know.
And you competed in the last submission battleground here in Hawaii.
Yeah, I did. That
And
was
that's Charles put on, right?
yes, Charles put it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was really fun. I Before that I tried the fight to win, and I lost that by decision. And but the thing was, after I got off the stage, I went to hug one of my friends who went right before me. He did gi, I did no gi, but his gi was soaked, like somebody sprayed him with a hose. And the only thing I thought was like, I'm dry. Like I didn't even try hard enough. So when I went to the submission battleground, I told myself that I was gonna give like everything I had, and I wanted to leave that place like exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
And I did. So like I was really happy. Not Yeah, I won, but when I walked off of that thing, my forearms were on fire. Like I literally gave everything I had in that
Yeah.
time. It was super fun. I love choking people. I do. I love it. It's so fun. It's so fun to like get in there and like strangle someone, and hit them like just the little noises.
You know, I felt like I was almost super proud that a local boy put it on, and it was more professional than Fight to Win, which is shown on Flow Grappling,
Yeah.
exists for 6 years, has over 200, 300, 200 promotions that did
Yeah.
already. And bruh, it was like clockwork.
Yeah. It was so
The
good.
the announcers, the referees, the lighting, bruh, even the AC in the fucking room, everything was superb.
Yeah, and I don't know how they do it, but the matches are always
Mm.
exciting. Like I feel like it has to do with the fact that Charles knows like the fighters
Yeah,
in on the island, so he
Mhm.
has like an idea of like what would be good matches,
Yeah.
or who knows, maybe if like two people just have a grudge against each other or something, like this would be a good match because they have the same girlfriend or something.
It's crazy because I think I don't know. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong because I wasn't there, but does it get more people at a submission underground event than an MMA event
Now,
nowadays? Yeah,
oh,
because I see like
The last
people with
one had at
families.
least 500 people.
yeah,
And it's like families. I see
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah.
of kids, and
Yeah.
I guess it's easier for your kids or people for wanting your kids to come see because
Mhm.
it's not as brutal now.
It's not as brutal, and that's the thing about jujitsu is like we're all talented. Like Hawaii has so much talented kids, but some kids don't want to get punched in the face.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Some kids don't want to get punched in the face, and so they go to jujitsu, and it's a safe place for them. And some kids don't want to get strangled, so they go to like kickboxing or something. And they're like, everybody has a place to go.
Mm.
But the jujitsu scene is a lot bigger, and it's just the way the MMA scene is going too. Like personally, I haven't gone to any of the X1 shows because I don't like standing room only
Yeah.
because I'm short. I don't know if you've ever been in a standing room only fight and there's a big Samoan guy in front of you cheering on his friend, but you're not gonna say nothing.
No.
You're gonna sit there and you're gonna miss the fight.
Yeah.
And because I'm a smaller guy, I usually like if there's like bleachers or something where I can
Yeah.
be above people and watch it safely. But that's like personal preference.
Yeah.
What do you think about the fact that UFC is now launching his own BJJ with the
Oh, I
fucking
seen that.
Yeah. it has like,
It did explode, man.
well,
Like they're doing good.
I think like Nogi Jiu-Jitsu is really, really popular, especially because now wrestlers who are coming out of college and have nowhere to go have somewhere to go with Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes.
So that'll make Jiu-Jitsu more exciting because nobody's gonna butt scoot, right?
Yeah.
But it's really popular, and I think the UFC, like, they're genius. They're like very smart for what they're doing because they're capitalizing on it. But I think one thing I hear that's people don't like is that you're locked into a contract with the UFC.
Mm.
And as a jujitsu person, like I'm, somebody out there who's like trying to make a living doing jujitsu, you can't be locked into one jujitsu competition and get paid, we'll say 7, 8 grand.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And that's like your livelihood kind of
Yeah.
thing. Those guys like compete constantly, because that's where they get their sponsors from, stuff like that. But it's good on the UFC for like capitalizing on the situation and the popularity of jujitsu.
I think they came in once they saw that, there always was ADCC, it was IBJJF and stuff like that. But then when they saw CJI,
Yeah,
and they're like, oh, okay,
it's possible.
we can make that,
Yeah,
easy.
it's possible, and it's like popular.
Yeah.
Like it showed how popular jujitsu was. Nogi jujitsu. I think Nogi jujitsu is getting way more popular than gi jujitsu.
Yeah.
But I'm biased because I'm not a gi person. I'm totally biased.
But you're still training in the gi.
Yeah, totally. I just my fingers get sore.
Yes.
My fingers get so sore. Like, you ever try to jack off after you've like played in the gi? It doesn't work. Doesn't work the same. This finger's going over here. It's crazy. But that's my main problem with the gi is like if I'm just training, I'm fine. But if I have like a competitive night where me and somebody's like yanking each other around,
yeah.
my hand hurts
Yeah.
so much, and
Yeah.
it's not worth it to me. So like even if somebody's like throwing me around, like oh man, like my hands, my fingers, I need this for later.
But also, if you look at the gi players, the people that play gi long time, bro, all the fingers look like ET kind.
Oh yeah, and they're like super. Like, they're like,
Yeah.
wow, they're like layered. There's like fat, skinny, fat.
Yeah.
Like they're just
Yeah.
like. But they're the kind game must be pretty good, yeah.
Pros and cons, bro.
Yeah, pros and cons. You got to pick one, right? Maybe I should do more gi. Yeah. Maybe I can think about OnlyFans.
Yeah. Or only fingers.
OnlyFans.
Hey, there's an angle. There's an angle.
There's
I mean, it's not
Yeah,
cheating.
yeah,
It's just
yeah.
only fingers.
True. True.
No, man, my regular dick's all yours.
Yeah. But these special fingers,
Yeah.
it's for everybody.
You're bringing home the bacon.
Well, to be honest, I'm glad to see that now jiu-jitsu, because before jiu-jitsu guys couldn't do nothing. And the who's and who's, the biggest guy in jiu-jitsu, competed in IBJJF without getting any money. I mean, maybe like $1,000 if you won the fucking whole thing.
Yeah.
But you had to compete against 10 other people, and you're world champ already, winning ADCC. But ADCC is only every 2 years. So now you have to compete at IBJJF, not get any money.
Yep.
I mean, at least now they have a place to go.
Yep.
And I like the fact that they've been appreciated as athletes, and like, oh, now people are willing to pay, willing to watch.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure most of these guys are gonna go from seeing maybe $1,000 check after like competing hard to seeing like $8,000, $10,000.
Yeah.
Just to like compete one time. And I'm anybody's gonna choose that, over one match, 10 grand, 15 matches.
Yeah.
15
ridiculous.
matches, $1,000. Like
Yeah.
so it's really good, and I'm sure, I'm positive it's also gonna like progress
Yes, it's just
and
the
get
beginning.
better.
Yeah.
Just like with the UFC, like when my very first fight, I think the baseline was like 8,000 to show, 8,000 to win, and then it grew like over the years where like the baseline to show was like 12,000 to show, 12,000 to win. Then the baseline changed to like 15,000 to show, and that's good money for anybody who's fighting on the local scene, making
Yeah.
a couple grand, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
good
the
for
thing is, you got to
anybody.
fight more than twice a year
Yeah.
to make it even
Yep.
worthwhile.
Yep.
Because just like you said, if you have a fight camp and you got to pay the coach, you got to pay your nutritionist, you got to pay
That's
your. By the end of the day, you're paying everybody, and you don't make shit.
yeah, no, it's the first my first fight, I got the $50,000 bonus. And I was
Oh.
stoked. I was stoked till I had to pay everybody else. And I remember paying Charles. I don't know what I don't Charles is the first person I gave money to. And then like he goes, "Oh yeah, so and so you owe me we'll just say it was like 8 grand or 9 grand or something like that." And like my face goes, like, "Yeah, I'm sure you never paid anybody that kind of money before." And I was like, fuck. And then I had to pay my manager who has more than that, and you gotta pay like other coaches. It's pretty
Yeah.
wild. It's pretty wild.
And then in the end, you still have to pay taxes because
And
you
then you gotta pay
fucking.
taxes. Yeah. Then you gotta pay taxes. Ah, pay your taxes, people. Pay your taxes. Man, you know, because the IRS, like even my friends who do crazy things, right?
Mhm.
Like when people owe them money, even they won't mess with the IRS. You know,
Yeah.
even they pay their taxes. So you should pay your taxes.
You know, they say there's only two things that are certain: death and taxes.
Taxes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If you don't pay and they catch you, you fucked.
Yeah. You know, I had a IRS issue. It's because when I was fighting, like I didn't do my taxes right. I didn't know how.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
a dumbass guy from Waianae, Waipahu. And then so what happened was the IRS, you know, they called and you know, and then you know, there's like these other companies you can go to help you relieve the IRS debt, right?
Mhm.
And what they said was, there's a conversation we had was basically, so we're gonna take the money you have in your bank account, and then you're gonna pay us this much money every month. And I was like, uh, uh, yes. There's like, well, the flip side is the other choice is that you could pay all this money one time and we just, you know, take it regardless. And I was like, I'll take the first one. But it works out, you know, pay your taxes, because they will come. But, you know, it all worked out and I got, you know, honestly, I got everything cleared for less than what it should have been.
Hmm.
You know, I just, once I realized there was a problem, I got it
So
done.
wait, those commercials are true for the ones that tell you if you have a big debt to the IRS, you can do a settlement and da 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 da,
Well,
and then
yeah.
you call those
Well, you
companies.
think about it is like there are lawyers who know their way around that type of things.
Okay.
So what? It's not like they didn't take away all of the debt. They like settled my debt with like a payment for me to them kind of thing. You know, I pay them, they settle all the other stuff with the IRS. I don't have to pay the IRS kind of thing. So yeah, it totally works. But and you know, the good thing is that now like the problems, all those problems are like taken care of too. You know, don't be like me. Learn your taxes. 'Cause I didn't know. You know, I remember like I think the one main issue was like one time I went to go pay my taxes, and of course I was a fighter now, and I was like, you know, you do your own taxes, you do your own stuff now, and the lady said, "Where are your receipts?" Any receipts? Yeah, I can't do this without any receipts. I was like, what do I do? I don't have these receipts. I'm a guy. I don't like put them in storage. I just toss them out the window, you know?
Yeah.
So now I got to keep my receipts. I got to keep all my checks. I got to keep all my things, you know?
You're growing up, man.
I know it's
Yeah.
so weird. It's so weird. You know, I was like slinging poop in the street, you know, 30 years ago. Now I'm paying taxes.
Hey,
Wild.
time flies, man. Time flies. Before
Yeah.
you know it, now you're an adult. You have 4 kids to take care of.
Yeah. Yeah.
No joke.
No joke. I
No
mean,
joke.
but it's good fun. It really is because you know, 4 kids, you almost never bored. That's for sure. There's always someone to entertain. Somebody who's saying, "Hey, can you help me with this?" You know, you never really get to sit down. grab this for me? Can you do that? The TV's not working. Can you turn it on?
Mhm.
Push the button.
Yeah, yeah, right.
There, it's working.
That's nuts. Well, we have a little something for you.
Okay, cool.
This is something that we give to an award.
Oh, it's a.
It's the Aloha Hour Hama Award.
All right.
That's
Yeah.
you and Hama.
Yeah, but I'm totally gonna hit something with this.
You know what I really do love about you receiving this award is that I am 100% positive he's not gonna use it.
You're so right. But you're so right. That's the truth. I try everything I can to get around like doing like kind of labor. Like even my girlfriend's like, "Hey, we're gonna put up like decorations. Can you help me put up the decorations?" I'm like, "There's a bunch of wall hooks. You stick on the wall. Like, we'll just get those. You stick it, and then we can unstick it later. No nails, no nothing. I'm not putting no holes in the wall because if I put a hole in the wall, I gotta patch the hole later. You know. So let's just use the little stickies, and we're good. Yeah, that's funny. This is not gonna use this.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, you can put it next to your trophies.
I don't have any trophies. My mom has all my trophies. She kept everything. She had my belt. She had like I had the hallway of fame. Like yeah, all of your pictures.
Mhm.
I have three sisters. I had the whole hallway. Like just me in the hallway, like my posters. She had this one picture of me, the coolest picture. I fought in King of the Cage, and in this that's my favorite fight. My favorite fight just because of what a great fight it was. But in this fight, the guy catches my leg, and I do this jumping kick, like Ben Henderson when he fought Frankie Edgar, like a jumping kick, the same kick in my head played out, and I missed the kick, but the pictures of me in the air throwing the kick, so it looks badass, right? But if you look on the internet, the picture right after the cool picture is of me on the ground because I missed the kick, going like running away on the floor like this. Like, the very next picture is me on the floor, like. So at least she got the cool one, It's like in the hallway somewhere in the house.
That's so dope.
That's what's
Yeah.
up.
That's so dope, bro.
That's how you should remember that fight.
That's the one thing I'll always remember about is life is funny. Actually, another fight I fought, and I tried the same kick, and I'm positive I like knocked myself out in the process of it. But like I think I threw the kick and I hit my head on the floor, and he thought he took me down, so he was like on my legs. So I remember like I want to say I was like I came to, like he was probably like 2 seconds, 1 second, right? I'm sitting up against the cage and he's on my legs, and I remember his coach going, "I think he knocked himself out." And I'm like, "Nope,
Nope.
still good. I'm still here. No way."
Thanks, coach.
Yeah. Yeah, good thing nobody had like pictures of that one. Yeah, with my head on the floor doing the kick.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so much fun. Like, truthfully, that I got to experience. With like this whole fighting thing, and I'm just a kid from Waianae. Like, just why should I have ever been able to do any of these cool things? But then I remind myself, like, why not me?
Yeah.
Why not me to be able to like travel the world and fight for a living?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not you for 10 more years now? Now
Then-
that you're going into
Well,
this
yeah.
next world of
Well,
Russell Doane, you
in
know?
general, I think one thing like my girlfriend, she works at a desk and she has like a very like a normal life, like a but the one thing we realize is that me and her don't think the same. Like I'm a dreamer.
Mm-hmm.
I could never sit in front of a computer and type away. Like I'm a dreamer. Like I have these ideas that I want to come to fruition, and I have the way I want to live my life, and it works out for me, and it works out for her. But like, I could never do those things because I'm a dreamer. I always want to do the things like I want to do. You were talking about that music thing.
Yeah.
Like like you have this idea and you see a problem and you see a way to fix it, And most people, they wouldn't even take that extra step, but you just jump on it, right?
My wife is the same. She told me, she always tells me, if she wouldn't have married me and we wouldn't be self-employed, all her life she knew she's going to be 9 to 5, she's going to wake up, go to work, and she was okay with that. She was completely okay. She didn't want to have anything else. She didn't aspire to have a better life.
Yeah.
She knew my wife comes from a shitty neighborhood, yeah. So she knew this is what everybody is doing. This is how my life will be. She never aspired to dream, to think big.
Yeah.
For me, it was exactly the opposite. I always dreamt of doing big things.
Different things.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna go to the military, and I thought I was gonna be like a doctor or something. That's what I really thought I was gonna do. That's what my family thought I was gonna do. And then, I tested for the ASVAB, and I'm deaf in this ear, and I have asthma. I don't have asthma anymore, but at the time, so I was disqualified from the military. I never went off to college, you know, and I tried a normal job. I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
If I can be honest, most of the time you end up dealing with stupid people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, most of the time it's somebody who's above you. You know, and that was like my last straw with working carpentry was my boss, because he would always tell us, he would always mess up these job sites, and we'd try to tell him to do it right. And he had this, like, I don't know, but like he just couldn't accept that he was doing things wrong, and he just kept doing it wrong. And I have to work for this person.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Like, I have to work for this person who's constantly doing it wrong, and he won't fix it, fix his problems. And what had happened was, I was on this one job site, and we needed scaffolding all week. We needed scaffolding. Couldn't do this job without scaffolding. And then finally, bro, we're like waiting 2 days. We can't do anything more. And he said, okay, I'll come out to the job site, check it out. He comes out, we need scaffolding, yada, yada, yada. And I'm telling him, like, man, you have to do your job better. Like, you have to be better at this. Like, we've been telling you all week, so and so and so. And then we like walking through the house, and he chooses that time to like go off on me. Like, you're disrespectful. And, he's telling me, like, I'm not the type of person, I'm not gonna get into a fight with, but this guy was like making me mad. And I didn't beat him up or anything, but I did quit. And then the owners of the company called me. They called me and said, hey, we want you to come back to the company. And I said, nope. I said, no. I was like, nope, I cannot work for this guy. So and so and so. And they're like, we want you to come back as like assistant general manager. Help him do the job better.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way I'll come back to this job is if you let me fight Kurt. And they're like, we can't do that. We can't do that. Like, there's absolutely no way I can come back to this job, because this guy gotta know. Like, he gotta know that he cannot piss me off anymore.
Bro, they should have let him go.
I was like,
Dog, you know what I
you
mean?
gotta let
Everybody
me
would have been
fight Kurt. And
happy.
you're like, we can't do that. I was like, then I'm not coming back, bro. Because somebody gotta put this guy in his place.
You know what's crazy though? Like in a lot of companies, that's actually a real thing.
Yeah.
Like this is what it is.
Yeah.
Some people need to get humbled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
But I see what you're saying. Sometimes you work under someone
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, dude, how did you get here?
Yeah. No.
How are you doing this? You have no idea what you're talking about. You're like really, really dumb. And you're like surprised, and then it pisses you off.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to help. So you tell him straight up as it is. Now, of course, you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Happened to me many times.
Yeah. And on the flip side is, if like when you're the manager or the boss, like anybody under you who does wrong, like as the manager, you have to reprimand them, and then they get mad at you for reprimanding them. But at the same time, as the manager, if you mess up, I get in trouble, kind of thing. It's like that long line of crap. So I'd rather just work for myself, work the way I want to work. Like I work at the UFC gym in Milani, but I'm not held by like the rules they are. Like, I don't have to they have to make so much money a month. Like I'm not held by those rules. so they don't like pressure me for things. In fact, I actually get away with a lot of things. I do, and this is gonna be the first time this is admitted. Okay, this is gonna be the first time this is admitted. So one time, there's like a coach's locker room, right? And I'm impulsive. I'm like, I feel like doing this. I'm gonna follow the thing on my head. I'm leaving the coach's locker room, and in my head, I get this random thought, and the thought says, I should switch these lockers around real quick. And I like nobody's around, so I switched the lockers, right? 2, 3 lockers. I just move them around. No witnesses. Nobody knew what was going on. I walked out of there scot free, like nothing happened, right? And later on in the week, one of my coworkers comes up to me and says, "Hey, bro, did you switch the lockers?" I'm like, "What? No. What do you mean? What are you talking about?" He goes, "Bruh, the boss. We just had a meeting, and the boss Carrie was yelling, 'Who the fuck switched the lockers? What donkey had the audacity to touch other people's things?'" And one of the girls stands up. She goes, "This has Russell written all over it."
No shit.
And my boss goes, "Oh," and she starts rolling, and everybody's just,
You were just mad.
she's like snapping, and she hears it was me, and she just starts laughing. First time it's ever admitted.
Wow.
Well, they brought it up before again after, like, yeah, Russell, when he touched the lockers, I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah, you know it was you. Like, did anybody see me touch the locker? No. Well, how could you say it was me? So now you know.
Somebody's about to have a meeting when they go down to work, man. That's all.
What is this on YouTube?
Yeah.
Hour 2, 14 minutes in.
Yeah.
So allegedly.
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 Yeah, no, let it be out there. It's cool.
Okay.
Time's passed already. You know? But yeah, no witnesses. But somehow they knew it was me. I mean, I don't know. I do all kinds of stupid things like that. You know, funny character type stuff. If somebody writes something like important, I'll probably change it to say like Russell is the man or something.
And leave their dash and
There was like a sign like Evelyn's spoon, do not touch. And I like, put the spoon somewhere else. Things like that.
So you're that annoying.
Well, yes, honestly and truthfully, like you know, I'm impulsive. I am also like I'm an asshole. Like I really am. Like if my brain tells me, my brain says that I like you. My brain says that you're cool. Yeah, I like you too, right? But if something in my brain says this person is annoying, I cannot stop treating this person like they're annoying. I cannot. Like I have a friend. I'm not gonna call him my friend. Fuck him. Excuse me. Right? His name is Christian. He's one of the boys that train with us. And I didn't understand why Tyson and Ian, two of our friends, would like beat him up and pick on him. They would always pick on, and I just never I just let it go. Whatever, they're just doing what they do. And I started going back to jujitsu, and I was like really excited. Like I was in a good mood. I was so happy. We're sparring the next day, and I'm talking to him. His name, I'm talking to Christian. Man, Christian, it's so fun jujitsu. What's their schedule like? Is it like Tuesday, Thursdays at 6 p.m. or something? And I'm like, is it like, you know, I'm like happy. Like, is it like Tuesday, Thursdays? And he goes, I don't know. I'll just look at their website. And he like walks away. I was like, that's why. That's why they beat you up. And ever since then, I
beat him up.
It's on no it's like it's on site. Like I'll be at jujitsu, and he's always late. You know, we'll be at jujitsu, and he'll walk in, put his bag down, and I'll just stop what I'm doing. I'll run up to him. I start punching him and hitting him and kicking him. I'll throw him on the floor, and nobody bats an eye. Everybody just keeps doing what they're doing. Like they're so used to it by now. They're so used to me running at him randomly and start beating him up and kicking him. Even like there are some girls, you know, girls are not used to men talking shit to them.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, like a girl will probably say something and they'll try to be funny, and they'll try to like say something offensive to me. And in my head I go, oh, it is on, girl. There are some girls who've never heard nice things from me simply because like just from then on you are now fat. Everything about you is fat. Everything I say to you will include the fact that you're fat. You know, like you know, this one girl. Like it's even to the point where I'm like, hey, did you lose some weight? They're like, fuck you, Russell. Like what? What do you mean? You look good today. Did you lose weight?
Damn. Savage.
But if I say it like at this moment, if I say it behind your back, the chances are I've already told them to their face.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just I don't know. It's just how my brain works. Once my brain thinks someone's annoying, I'm gonna treat them like they're annoying.
Somehow I feel like it's also related to you smoking weed, because when you smoke weed, you're just trying to have fun and make yourself laugh. And there's
Yeah.
like also those thoughts where you're like, bah, that's pretty funny. Let me say that.
I come from a like a talk shit family. Like I come from a talk shit family. Like our family pastime is talking shit. Um, you know, like we even to this day, if we camp, they raid you. You know when you're in high school,
Yeah.
you go camping and they raid you. We still do that to this day. Like and everybody talks crap to each other, and that's how we grew up, like siblings, right? But there's 17 of us. So and the thing is, so many things that I can say. A, I'm the runt.
Mm-hmm.
So when one person picks on you, everybody jumps in. So everybody was always picking on me. And that's to this day, like we'll have family get-togethers and somebody will get drunk and they'll pick one person. Somehow they'll just start talking crap to this person and everybody jumps in. So everybody's like my nephew, his name for one whole vacation that he was here was Sideshow Bob because he's black and he has the curly funny hair. So he was no longer junior. All week he was Sideshow Bob. You know, but but that's just what happens, when somebody like, and it's like playful. Like if it's like they get offended, I stop playing.
Yeah.
If they like really get hurt, then I just stop talking crap. Sure,
Mhm.
but as long as they don't like take it super offensive, then I can
You
just
keep
keep
going.
going. I keep going.
That's it.
And there's been so here's the thing is there's one girl who got mad at me. She got mad and like snapped at me one time and like I just stopped talking crap to her, right? In fact I didn't acknowledge her existence at all. Every time she was around, I'll just look at other people. In fact, we had a party
Mhm.
and she was there and her and her husband, and I walked past her and I shook her husband hand right next to her.
Bruh.
But it just, it's this the game that doesn't end, you know?
Yeah.
It's the game that doesn't end.
Yeah.
It could attribute to smoking weed. One giant game, yeah.
Yeah.
Just having a good time. Just
It's just having a good time. And it's just like the never ending joke, right? Like but I think that's when she got really mad. It's like, if you hate me, just tell me you hate me. And I typed so she could see the bubbles.
Yeah.
And then I deleted it so she see the bubbles stop. And I just left it like that.
bruh.
It's the never ending game. Fighting, when you're fighting, it's a frat house.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of guys doing stupid things, like just like you think a frat house would be. We talk a bunch of crap to each other. We tease each other.
Mhm.
We talk about girls and the dumb stuff we do or the dumb stuff we want to do. Same stuff. We haze each other, and
Bruh, you next week 39, bro.
yeah, yeah. I'm lucky because even though the number is going up, like honestly, I feel like I'm getting younger. It sounds like super cliche, but I do. Like my body functions good. Like, and even if I do injure myself, like if I do get injured, like it heals better, faster.
I was just more mentioning your silliness and your playfulness.
That's just part of life,
That would never change, even 59.
Well, I'm sure, like, as a businessman entrepreneur, like there's like tough times, right? Like I've had those times where I'm like hurting, but this is like a good time in life, so you enjoy it. It's those lows that take you down there to enjoy the highs. Because if it wasn't for
Sure.
the lows, the highs wouldn't be so cool, right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be so fun.
I
That's
wouldn't
also
appreciate it.
Yeah, well, that's also another reason why I choose laughter. That's another reason why I choose laughter, because that's something that can, even if you're having a bad day, you can have a better day,
Mhm.
cheer you up. And that's something that people will say all the time, that you help cheer me up. my turning point, my turning point was, I think it had to be 2020. It had to be 2020, 2022, something like that, around COVID. Like my UFC career was over. Like I came back home. My relationship with my son's mom was pow, and I was like at my lowest. Like I was literally sitting on my mom's couch every day, just no, no drive to do anything. And I'm sitting on my couch, and my mom, she comes on the stairs, and I tell my mom this all the time, and I thank her for this one moment. But I'm sitting on the couch, and I'm just depressed. I got nothing. I have no energy. She comes on the stairs, and she's gonna go in the kitchen, but she stops. She turns around. She goes, Bully, I've seen you take this dream you had and make it come true. She said, nothing could stop you from making this dream happen. Nothing in the world could keep you from what you wanted. And because you did that, because you went all over the world and you got to see this dream come true, I know you can do it again. And in that moment, I was like,
Oh,
bruh, like that day I got off my mom's couch and I just started like putting my life back together, you know. But you never know. Like, and I tell her this because that was really that point where my brain like switched back, like, like I can get through this. But it's, who knows, like when you could like say something that'll change somebody's mind, change their perspective on the moment, in the moment. You think about like I said, I was depressed at the time. The guys who were depressed and probably killed themselves,
Yeah,
like all they really needed was that one person to say that one thing to like snap them out of it.
100%.
And even like I see it more with like the friends. I'm sure you guys have friends who are depressed, their relationship sucks. But you see it with those guys and you want to be there for them and you want to like help them and say things, but it's not always the easiest. It's not always what they want to hear sometimes. One of my friends, he was like going through it, right? And I was talking with him and I told him, hey, but if you need anything, let me know. I cannot give you money. I'm not rich or anything, but if you need a bro or something, I'm down. He goes, "Yeah, you want to go surfing with me?" He's a North Shore surfer. I said, I don't surf on the North Shore. I was like, brah, I don't surf on the North Shore. He goes, come on, I'll take you somewhere small. And like, okay. So he took me to Chun's, I think. And to his credit, at the time when we went out there, it was small, it was normal sized waves. And within 10 minutes of being out there, these 2-story houses just start flying at me. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, bro, I'm so scared. So not only are these 2-story houses coming at me, when you go surfing, there's a place, when surfers go surfing, there's a place they want to be where the waves are. There's a place where they rest, where there's no waves. And there's a place where you don't want to be.
Yeah.
I ended up in the place you don't want to be. So I'm fighting off these 2-story houses, house whitewashed. And I see my friend again. I'm like, get me out of here. He's like, you okay? I'm like, no, I gotta go back. Screw this. Screw this.
Come. Be
Like,
sad. It's
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I was like, bro, I tried. I tried, but I cannot.
Hey, but
Like,
at least you're in the water.
yeah,
See you later.
I cannot. This is not worth my life. But that's the truth. Is like, there's so much. There's so much to be sad about. For like people. Maybe we can all find a laugh. Something.
Yeah.
The
That's
best
like
medicine is,
laughter.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they say. Like people don't remember what you say or what you did. They just remember how you made them feel.
Yeah.
And laughter is one of
100%.
the strongest emotions. Make you feel better about whatever's going on. But honestly, lucky for me, because I have like ADHD, my brain is always off somewhere. But I'm like constantly smiling at nothing because I had a random thought. And like a random thought, I'm just like, what's so funny? You wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand.
Well, stay positive,
Yeah.
and
Doing my
thank you
best.
for coming down and spending 2 hours with us. It means a lot to us,
It's a cool 2 hours.
and I'm sure that with all your energy and all your optimism and all your being positive, our audience can relate or at least aspire to be just as happy,
Mhm.
motivated, and always look at the half glass full.
Yeah, if nothing else, you can always fake it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
fake yourself. Like just look in the mirror and smile until you gotta
Start smiling
smile.
for real again.
Yeah. In fact, my check-in stuff at the UFC gym, my check-in my picture, it has to be a smile. I have to go like,
Yeah.
or it won't recognize me.
Oh shit.
Yeah. When I took the picture, I had a big smile. Now if I don't smile, it doesn't recognize me.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I trick myself into like having to smile before work,
Yeah.
after work.
Amen.
Yeah. But I didn't think about it at the moment. I was just being stupid. But now I have to smile just to like clock in. You know. At the moment, I thought it was just gonna be funny. Apparently
Russell
now,
is always happy when he comes to
yeah,
work.
it's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
now it's my personality, I guess. You know.
Well, thank you for your time. my
Thank you for
man.
having me, John.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, bro.
Yeah,
That's
thanks, bro. Funny. I was just listening to you on the radio this morning.
Oh shit. We're talking about.
I think you guys are you guys are doing the cheeseburger or cheeseburger deluxe.
Yeah, just
Right.
straight cheeseburger, bro.
Who won?
I won
Oh,
the just straight cheeseburger.
uh-huh.
And the winning vote was these two howlies from Maryland. They called, and they said they're full on like earthly people, super hippie. And what they do is they said, no, we have our burger regular, but we have a salad on the side
Oh,
instead of having the salad in the burger.
in the burger.
You
Yeah.
like vegetables on your burger?
Honestly, I don't like hate either way. This is a funny story though. The other day I went to go eat, and then my girlfriend got a burger and I got a burger because we were craving burgers, and the waiter's like, "You guys want pickles?" And she said, "No pickles." So I said, "No pickles." Right? I just follow suit. Sometimes you want pickles, sometimes you don't want pickles. And I had 5 pickles in my thing. Normally there's 2. Like he was
Mhm.
like, "No pickles, huh?" I just started chucking pickles in there or something.
Dang, no.
That was the weird thing. He asked pickles. I said no pickles, so he put more pickles.
Maybe he thought you said Mo pickles. He's like, he looked like he speaks urban. Mo pickles.
Mo pickles. Yeah. No, I wasn't sure. I was like thinking to myself, like, was he playing a prank on me? Like I'm not sure. I'm like saying like, babe, like
He pranked the
like,
prankster.
yeah, like there's another pickle. Like don't they usually only come with 2? Like why is there 5 pickles?
I know he's in the back telling his boss, yeah, you see that motherfucker
Yeah.
move my locker back in
Yeah.
the gym. He's like,
Yeah.
we got him today.
Yeah. Oh, you like your pickles?
Hilarious.
That's good.
But yeah, thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I love you, bro.
So love you, bro. So fun.
Good times. All right, episode 77 or 78. Whatever it is.
Maybe you should comment and
Yeah. See you next time. We're out.